Hey guys, it's Sophie. So I was thinking about things transgender people have to deal with, or topics that I can kind of talk about. But first thing that popped into my mind actually when I was getting dressed was padded or push-up. Now obviously it's like padded is like stuffing. It's like putting something inside the bra to simulate boobs. There's tons of different things. There's breast forms, there's socks, there's, I don't know, people put a lot of weird stuff in there. People will fill water balloons or like thicker balloons, because water balloons might actually pop, but it gives them that like realistic kind of feel. Latex, there's a lot of like silicone like breast cups and things like that that people can wear that simulate it. I always found those kind of interesting because sometimes you see them poke out over the top of the bra if the bra's like a little not as full coverage, or you're wearing like a lace bra or something like that, and you can see some of it, and it just as much as skin tone is, never matches. And especially for someone who's slightly darker skin tone, what is skin tone, right? Like beige or like whitish, and it's like, okay, well that's like, oh yeah, this size will fit everyone. Yeah, and that's also a thing, sizing. Like I find it's hard to try and figure out like what breast size you would be, because obviously everyone's got like different cups, so it's like you can go in and you can get yourself measured naturally, and you can be like, because Victoria's Secret, all the bra shops will actually do that. They'll measure you and they'll find bras that'll work. So if you're brave enough, I know a lot of you guys aren't really, some of you aren't super comfortable with going into super public places like malls and stores like that. It can cause anxiety, all that kind of stuff. Anywho, if you are and you go and you get sized up, well, that really helps. And that leads me to push-up. Now, I myself, I'd rather go and get sized and then get like a super push-up bra or something like that, because then, to me it feels more natural. It doesn't like I have something in there that I have to be afraid of to pop out or something like that. And it just kind of gives, if you're like super flat, it's, obviously it'll give some form, but it won't give a lot. If you're, a little plus size and you have, like myself, you have like a little natural, and then the push-up will accentuate that, and it feels very natural, it feels very secure, very safe, that kind of thing. Anywho, so it's like, what do you choose? Do you choose putting like silicone things or even socks into your bra to try and make it look like you're like really well endowed, or do you go with the push-up and just kind of because if you get a super big push-up, obviously there's nothing actually there, so sometimes some bras will like kind of gives a weird gap kind of thing. But I mean, sometimes it almost gives you the illusion of that you have cleavage, depending on what top you're wearing and things like that too. And then I remember a friend used to tell me, if you do a little bit of makeup and a little bit of darkening here kind of thing, and it gives the illusion more of cleavage, especially if you have a push-up or something like that. Now the bad thing with makeup is, especially since it's right there, it could wash off, especially if it's heat like summer it is, and yeah, so then you're at risk at that. But yeah, so I was thinking like, you go push-up or you go, padded, and the choice is really up to you guys, up to whoever, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I think it's always about comfortability. You're not trying to impress anyone, unless you are, but still you should be more comfortable with yourself. You should be more, trying to be comfortable in your own body or how you're expressing yourself, rather than try and find something that looks super natural, because sometimes you'll end up spending a ridiculous amount of money and then you'll maybe use it like 3 or 4 times. Like if you're going out out a lot, cool, maybe you shouldn't, you want to invest in some breast forms that are fairly expensive, or, you know, a really good push-up bra that's fairly expensive. But, you know, nothing's wrong with just being comfortable, going to the thrift store, getting, you know, going and checking out some of the bras that they have there, and really, you know, finding what works for you. So that's kind of my thoughts. It's always like, you know, and you can try different things too. You know, if you've been using push-up bras forever, try maybe going to one of the stores and getting some silicone, you know, breasts and trying it out. Or the whole, I know they do the whole like shoulder rack ones, and I don't know, there's a bunch of different options, and they get massively expensive pretty fast. But who knows, maybe it's a good investment. Maybe if you're, you know, especially drag queens and things like that, that really put a lot of time and craft into what they're trying to do and the illusion they're trying to create, you know, like, maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth the investment. For me, myself, I went and got myself a couple push-up bras, and those have been working great. I find it natural, and I can wash them. Life is easy. And yeah, so those are kind of my thoughts, whether you want to go push-up or whether you want to go padded. But yeah, I hope you guys you know, have a good time and figure out what works for you, and let me know in the comments down below if you have any other questions or, you know, thoughts or comments, or what do you think works best. Hope you guys have been enjoying my other videos. I'll be putting out a makeup tutorial, a little walkthrough for what I did for my normal everyday kind of thing. It's super easy. I use really cheap products, and I think it works. I mean, I'm not going for something super glamorous. I just, you know, I just do some stuff, it makes me feel good, and that's really what it's all about. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Bye!